Okay, so welcome everyone to this session. We will be talking about the PowerApps custom pages, which was something new that Microsoft introduced, and we are kind of developing on this as well. So it's an evolving process. Today in this session, we will dive deep into what these custom pages are and how are these different from embedded Canvas apps. What are the limitations of this, and a use case that we can see. All right, let me go to the next slide. So let me introduce myself. I'm Kaushal Kodagoda. I'm currently working as a partner solutions architect at Microsoft and Cyclotron as well. I'm a certified trainer and I'm interested in Power Apps, low code. I've been working with like Power Platform as well as Dynamics 365 CE. Plus I'm a blogger as well. All right. So today's agenda, we would be talking about the custom pages, and we will go through some exercises where we would be creating some custom pages. And then I have a demo for a real case scenario, and then we can go to questions. All right. So custom pages, what are custom pages? Custom pages let you embed Canvas app experience in your model-driven app. And the difference is these pages can be added in the app navigation as well. So as you can remember earlier, like when you were working with embedded Canvas apps, you always had to embed that as a component inside a page or a form. But in this, you can have a full-blown Canvas app and add that very easily to your app navigation. So what this allows you to do is create your app navigation experience more intuitive. We'll see how we can do that in the practical part of this. So how can you create custom pages? Custom pages, you can create a custom page inside a solution, or you can go into a sitemap edit screen and create them. I'll show you how you can create custom pages in both these scenarios. Yeah, so let's go into the demo. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah, all right. So for an example, what I've done here is how you can create a custom page in PowerApps. You go to Solutions and make sure you select the right environment, and then go into Solutions. So what you can do is create a new solution. So I already have a solution, so I'm going to use that. And then here you go to New, and then if you go to App, you can see Canvas app, model-driven app, and page. So we can click on page. So this opens up a very familiar experience for you, which is the Canvas App Studio. So let's see what are the differences that you would see right out of the bat. There are less number of options when it comes to custom apps because these are like embedded apps inside a model-driven structure. So you don't see, AI builder, add, Power BI insert. Like you don't see all those kind of features in here. So that's number one. But what are the capabilities you get with this? So sometimes you would have to use, let's say you're using a model-driven app and you need to use like third-party API. So at that point, you have to do API integration or like write plugins. things like that. But with this, you get that capability within this app so that you can integrate this with any of the out-of-the-box connectors that you see, or you can select this, or else if you go to add data, and then you can select around 400 connectors that are available through Canvas apps. So all of these data points are available for you so that you can integrate that data into your system. And at the same time, you have access to custom connectors as well. So if you create a custom connector here, then you should be able to see it. I think I created one. Let me see. Yeah, so you can see like there are third-party REST APIs as well that you can use with custom pages. And if you talk about the limitations, you go into this app, there's no way you can add another page in here. Like you cannot go into like screen 2, screen 3. All you have is one screen. So there are some some limitations in that way as well. So that's another thing. And yeah, so you don't see the AI builder functionality or any of those functionalities in this app. So with that being said, I will take you to my use case that I've created for this. This is the product orders custom page that I've created. So my use case scenario is sometimes like when you get calls from customers and they ask for different things, you might have to do some calculations on the fly in order to give them the numbers. Like when you're in a model-driven app, like to perform these calculations on the fly, you will have to either use business rules, or like you will have to use a custom JavaScript page or something like that, or an embedded Canvas app for that matter. But with this custom page, what I've done is if we preview this, you can actually select the number of licenses here. And then if you select the customer, and this is just a calculation on the fly. So once you're done with this, you can either select, whether you want a discount or not. So this calculates everything on the fly. And then once you place the order, it will write back to your model-driven app. So that's kind of like the framework I've done with this. Any questions so far? I know I've covered a lot of ground. Sorry. All right. So what I can show you right now with this is how I have kind of bypassed that limitation, like when with the limitation with the screens, because you can have only like one screen here, you cannot have a success screen. So how I bypassed that was a very easy thing. So if you go in here, you select all these things and you hit place order, then this would show you it's taking you to a next screen. But what it actually does is it will make a panel visible over this. And then once you click this button, it actually makes the panel invisible. So I have this variable success panel, so I'm setting it to false. Like it's like you're hiding this, but that kind of works in this kind of scenario. And I'm refreshing these two forms as well. So when I go back in, I get a new form. So now everything is back to new, and then I can start submitting this. So let's go into how we can add this kind of a custom page, because I mean this one is pretty simple. If you know how to create like Canvas app, you can use the same kind of build structure and build this. The only difference is you don't have access to all the components, and at the same time you don't have multiple screens. But I think being a little crafty with this, you can very easily overcome that limitation. So if I go in here, what I can show you is how to create these and add it to your model-driven app. So if you have an existing model-driven app, I can show you how to do it, as well as if you're creating a new model-driven app, how to do it as well. So right now, if I go into this and then apps, yeah. So this was the app I created. It was a very simple model-driven app, as you can see. So if I go into new order, this takes me to the custom page that I created. So let's see how we can build something like this. You go into PowerApps, and once again, you go to this, and then solutions. And then you can select a solution, or you can go into the existing one. So I'm using the existing solution. And what I can do is I can go into new app, model-driven app. So here you can either use the classic app designer, where you would select the solution first and it'll take all the solution components and build the app for you. And you will have to go in and configure the sitemap. Or else what you can do is use the latest preview modern app designer, which would let you control almost everything in your app. So I'm gonna call this like test custom pages test 2. It's the same description here. And when I create this, I will get the whole model-driven experience, and I should be able to have, these are kind of like a Visibig editor kind of thing. What you see is what you get, so you can very easily configure like all the components here. So right now there's nothing. So there are different ways of you to configure this. I go in and then I can say add a page. So it could be a table-based view or form. So right now if you have any like entity forms, entity tables, you can use them. So I have product sales as my table. So what I can easily do is go in here. So let me add that as well. Product order. So you can say show in navigation. So now this gets added into as like one page, and then it has forms as well as data in there. And then what you can do is go to add page again and select custom. So when you select custom page, it will take you to another screen where you can add an existing custom page, or you can create a new custom page. So let's go into that. If I want to add a new custom page, I can do that. So right now I have an existing custom page that I've created and saved. So what I can do is I can click here. So this is the custom page I created, plan selection. So I'm going to use that, and I'm adding that. So sometimes this will give you this error, but don't worry because it's not saved. So that's why it's giving you that error. So page, you can put the title in here and say like order. So new order. And you can save this. And if you want, you can go ahead and play this before you publish. Oh yeah, but you'll have to publish. And after that, you can play this, so it gets published. Since this is the first time, it might take some time, and when you're loading the app, it'll actually ask you to log into some connectors the first time, but that would be like this one. So if you click here, it will now show you how your custom page looks like, and then you can, this is how the app would look, so you can configure, everything here. Whenever you make changes to your custom page, be sure to come back to this app, open this, and then publish it, because system doesn't know, like the model driven app doesn't know there's a new version. So there might be a delay. So what you can do is go into publish all customizations and publish it, or else you can just open this app, go into the page, and then publish it. So that way, like if you make any changes, you can get them in here as well. So likewise, now if I want to place an order, yeah. So it says order submitted, because like I don't have any um because I haven't really completed the whole development of this page. So like there are some scenarios to be checked as well. But overall, this should give you an overview of how a custom page works. So this is how you can embed an existing custom page. So now let's go into how we can create a new custom page inside a model-driven app. So I have published this, so I can close this one, then go into solutions to custom pages demo. This is my solution. So I have custom pages test 2. This one is my sitemap, custom pages test 2. So if I need to add a new custom page into an existing model driven app, what I have to do is go here and then go into edit, and then click on edit in preview. So let's say I want to add another custom page to show all my product orders, and then maybe show them in a nice okay, so show it in a nice chart or something. I mean, I'm just making this on the fly. So let's say it's another custom page where you want to show like different set of data. Like you can do some API integration on top of that as well. So here's how you can do that. You go into add page and then you select custom here. Then you hit next and then you create a new custom page. So you can give it a name. So I'm gonna give this like a test custom page. Any questions so far? I don't see the chat, so if there's any questions, please let me know. All right. So what can we do in this? Let's say you select the customer. You want the customer to have all the account details, populated or something like that. Maybe you want some stock data. So at that point, what you can do is you can very easily go in here and then add those things. So I'm gonna use my sales order data in here. Okay, let's see. I go into this and then all tables. So I can use the product orders. And then I may need to add a gallery here somewhere. So I can use the product orders. I'm using this for an example because this is an easy bit. Sometimes, like when you're processing the data inside a model-driven app, it's hard. And the other thing is, let's say another scenario you can take is right now FX columns are not available within Dataverse. So what you can do is you can do all that calculation within a custom page and then feed that data back into your model-driven app. So that is one way of doing it. So I'm just gonna call this add another label here and um, export here. Okay, so once I have this, I can make this look nice, but for this model, this is what I'm going to do. It's fine. And then I can show you another thing. Let's see what number. So you can even get customer insights data into this. I'm not sure if this one has it, but if we can, like, we can connect it. That is a premium connector. So there are lots of things that you can do with custom pages just by connecting these data sets. And then, yeah, so right now I don't think I have any data set. So you can get the idea here. So I can just go ahead and save this. So custom pages are just like Canvas apps, but the thing is these are not standalone. So you won't be able to say, like share a custom page directly. It has to be within a model driven app. So right now what I can tell you is this is the name of my custom page, and I can just go ahead and save this. So remember, we just created a custom page, and then if I go back to our main model driven app, we should be able to use that custom page in our model driven app. So if I go back to, yeah, this one, I can now go and add this. I think I need to refresh this. So if I go in here, I can probably refresh this. It might take some time for the system to update. Yeah, so now I see my test custom page. So all I have to do is add this from here. Then again, there are some issues because it doesn't update it at that point. So you can save this and publish, and once you play it, it'll start coming up. So now you see, I think I need to do another refresh here. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can go back and publish this again. Issues you face during, like, maybe I can save this again. Publish and play. So these are some issues that you get when you try to work with custom pages in real time. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we need to get back to okay, so if this happens, how do you update an existing custom page? So that's also important. So you see, this is a very simple thing. Let's make some changes here, and then let's try to do a refresh. And let's close this just so that everything is new. And probably I can go back to refreshing this whole thing again. Go to solutions, select the solution I wanted. Then I can go into this test custom page. As you can see, it's inside this solution. So there are some options you have with this. You can either remove it or you can edit it, and you can see the details as well. So you can click on edit here. So this will open up, since we have an already like open session, it would ask to override that. Okay, so customer orders. Let's just make some changes so that we can, I think this would be fine still. So we're not doing anything here, we are just adding this. So it should come up. Save this and publish. Sometimes it doesn't update in real time, so that's another thing. What you can do is, at that point, what I found out was still it's in preview, so there could be issues like this. So all you have to do is go to solutions and publish all customizations. This might resolve like most of the issues you get. It takes some time, but while we are, while it's getting published, a couple of things to remember. Custom pages, they actually remove the requirement to use embedded canvas apps. You can use them inside your model-driven app, and the custom pages, they have some limitations, whereas you can't use like multi-screen approach. You have to, but as the name suggests, it's just a custom page. So it's a page, and you can overcome some of these obstacles by being a little bit creative, adding some visibility logic in panels. So if I go in here, I can, let's try to add this one more time. Edit and preview. All right, so if I go into test custom page now. Okay, so now this should load everything. So as you can see, this gives you the ability to, like, without embedding canvas apps, because when you're embedding canvas apps, there's a lot of things you have to do. You have to inside the form, and then you cannot really control the look and feel of how that would look in your navigation. You don't need HTML, you don't need any of the coding aspect in terms of setting this up. It's just configuration, and it makes things a lot easier when it comes to creating custom page in PowerApps. So one more thing I wanted to show you was like when you're making changes in a custom page. Let's say you have this opened, and then you go to custom page and you make certain changes. Okay, so I have this opened in like 2 places. I'd rather close this one, and then let me close this one as well. Now this would show a new version of this app is available. Please refresh to update. So whenever you make changes, sometimes you won't see those changes right off the bat if you don't open the navigation and update it then and there. So when you publish things, it might take time for things to come here. So like if I refresh this, this should actually show up like everything. Yeah. So, and the other thing I would like to, mention was, it was some of those things, right? Like if you think about this record, if you click on a record, usually what happens is it should take you to another screen where you would see a form. But right now you're using something like this, so it doesn't have another screen. So how can you kind of work with that? So for that, what I have done, what I'm recommending is you can kind of do something like this where you would show a panel. So I can show you here. So these are some other tricks I've used here. So if I click here, then it would show a panel across like all these things. Success panel. So that was another thing. Or else what you can do is like here's another approach. Like when you select something, since this is like this takes up the whole screen, maybe you can break it down to two and have the form display here. So there are lots of ways of being creative with the custom pages, but these are a couple of ways of doing that. So that kind of covers like how to create custom pages, how to update custom pages, and what are the components, what are the limitations it has, and at the same time, like how you can publish changes, add it to navigation and all that. Any questions? Manpreet, are there any questions coming up? Oh.
No, Kaushal, nothing yet. I'll let you know if there's something and publish it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like the overall idea we have with custom pages. And the other thing is like I've created this custom connector to a third party external um data source, and then let's see if we can see that data in this. So I'll go to like I'll check this, and then I can probably go to custom connectors here. Yeah, so there's like a crypto convert custom connector I created. So let's see if we can add that to a custom page right now. So I'm gonna go to my test custom page here and try to see if I can use this again. I have test custom page, so let me click here, edit. Okay, so here's my gallery. Let's add another field here and see if I can get some data in here. So I'll go to my data sources, go to our data connectors. There you go. So you can actually get create your own custom connectors to third-party REST API services and then get that data in there as well. So I can just go ahead and add this connector, and this connector has like one method that I'm using. It creates, and I can say function is see, I think I had it somewhere. Yeah, so function, I think get currency exchange rate, and then you put the to rate from rate. And the use of this is like sometimes you might have to do like a let's say you're doing like stock transaction. So when you're doing that, you want to get the latest stock prices. So if you have a third party connector, integration that you can uh, connect to this custom page, you can convert those values in real time with the daily rates, and then you can feed them back into your system. So you don't have to go into a different system to do that. You have that ability with the custom pages here. Yeah, so with that, I think I've covered how to create, how to update, and then like some of the issues and some of the workarounds I've used with the custom pages, along with like a working example. Um, so yeah, you can be like really crafty with this. You can create like use the same use case and try to create like different versions of it. Like this one is for plan updates, but you can use the same use case for, let's say you're in real estate, and then like you want to say, okay, 2-bedroom house, and then how much the you know prices. Like you can use this for that as well. And whatever that's not possible within like model driven apps, especially the user experience, and at the same time whatever that's like not covered, especially the calculations, you can use custom apps for them as well as deploying like components in this. So with that, I'm ending my session. So if there are any questions, you can ask them.